My groceries held hostage because I didn't tip beforehand. I'm done. I use a delivery service that brings my groceries directly to my door. It's been a great help and saves tons of time. It's a dice roll whenever you order though. There are definitely some questionable people doing deliveries. I've had a couple bad experiences, so for that reason I choose not to tip until after the service is complete. I tip anywhere from 10 to 15%. I think that's reasonable and fair. I usually tip more if I order heavy items like soda or bottled water. Really, I don't think tipping should exist at all. I can't tell you how annoyed I get when I have an iPad shoved in my face by cashiers, people handing you your to-go order, and even the effing guy that fixed our air conditioning. It's presumptuous and rude. You're getting put in this awkward position where you're expected to subsidize the wages of people who've done the bare minimum in order to fulfill the service I've already paid for. Tips used to be reserved for people that went out of their way to do a great job. Anyway, I opened the door today to a lady with no groceries in hand who, instead of greeting me, abruptly asks if I'm planning on leaving a tip. I told her that I tip based on the service I receive, which means I have to tip after she finishes the delivery. This woman loudly sucks her teeth and tells me I'm not getting my order until I give a tip. She's very adamant that I tip her in cash. I asked her to deliver my groceries first and she flat out refuses. I just stared at her in shock. We stand in silence awkwardly until I told her that I've already paid for my order and it's her job to make sure I get it regardless of what I tip. Before I can even finish my sentence, this lady walks away, shuts her trunk, and drives off. I spent the next half an hour being bounced around from person to person on the customer service chat only to be told that I had to call in to resolve the problem. One disgruntled phone call later and I finally got my refund and my driver reported. I'm done with tipping. I'm so tired of being guilted into paying on top of an already expensive bill just because the owners don't want to pay their workers a decent living. You can call me selfish or rude, but I'm past the point of being moved by social pressure to tip. From now on I'll be discontinuing all tips. It's not fair to the customer or the employee. It relies on guilt and preys on people's fear of social awkwardness in order to fleece us. We should not be worrying that an employee won't deliver our order or spit in our food if we dare not to tip. If prices go up, fine. I want to know exactly what I'm paying for something. No more not mandatory but actually mandatory gratuity. If enough of us do it, tipped employees will be motivated to demand compensation from the people who should actually be paying. It's not the customer's responsibility to pay your staff.